Five things you should know. I'm Trudi Daniels, and among this week's classic rock casualties is probably the bitterest pill. Sir George Martin, the fifth Beatle, although that was selling him short. He discovered the Beatles. He put them in their first record contract, and he said, while he liked the lads from Liverpool, he thought their music was, well, kind of drab and dreary and lacked texture. He spent the rest of his career providing it for them and put them light years ahead of anything else in rock and roll. However, he says if he had a time machine, he'd go back and do it all differently.
I think that if I'd known 24 years ago, that what I was doing then was going to be the subject of such intense scrutiny a quarter of a century later, I would have been scared out of my life. You know, I wouldn't have done anything, let alone what I did.
The other deafening event of the week is Brian Johnson's body finally rejected the 2 hours of screaming that he does every night, sometimes for 2 years in a row in AC/DC tours. His doctor told him that if he screams again, he could go deaf. So they had to postpone all the rest of AC/DC shows, including the one at the Palace, March 20th, which led to a little reckless speculation. Who could get into Brian Johnson's shoes and scream out the rest of their tour?
One of the theories I like best is that they will find 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, and it'll basically be an AC/DC tribute show. You know, Dee Snider has some time on his hands.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy Hagar.
America's stunt lead singer.
Rob Halford's got the year off with Judas Priest. Iron Maiden isn't doing all that many dates, so what about Bruce Dickinson?
Yeah.
Mark Storrs of Crocus.
Right.
So how about Kid Rock?
Oh, that's really nice. I like that. That would be very good synergy. This week in celestial achievements is the solar eclipse that really wasn't viewed by too many ground-bound people in the United States. However, some very lucky people who were on an Alaskan Airlines jet between Alaska and Hawaii were able to observe it. They delayed the flight 30 minutes, but none of the passengers were mad, and those people were in the air to see it, and they feel like it was one of those amazing celestial experiences they will never see again.
Wow. Oh. Woo, yeah.
Coach Jim Harbaugh's shower thought of the week is, why doesn't President Obama appoint Judge Judy as a Supreme Court justice? And we thought about it, and here she is. She's eminently qualified.
And her defense is you should have had better insurance. Is that your defense?
I thought she had full coverage, Your Honor.
What made you think that?
I just didn't think.
You didn't think? Who do you rely on to do your thinking?
Although she'd have to take a pay cut to actually take the position on the high court, because Judge Judy is the highest paid TV actor on the tube, $47 million a year. Dang. Cute cat video of the week. Curses foiled again. The Postal Service can go through sleet and snow and dark of night, but cats? This postal worker had to put up with rejection day after day, the paw of rejection. The cat fast and furiously fighting mail delivery. With one exception, his people say he loves catalogs.
2 words, Chuck Norris.
And in honor of Chuck Norris's 76th birthday, a string of Chuck Norris is invincible lines. For instance, Chuck Norris has already been to Mars. That's why there's no sign of life there. Chuck Norris once got bitten by a poisonous snake. After 3 days of pain and agony, the snake died. And death once had a near Chuck Norris experience. And that's 5 things you should know.